What's going on, socialites? This is Now You Know. Now, child, this is probably the first time in nearly 14 years or so that we've heard Lynn Spears speak as much as she's been speaking about her good sis Britney Spears, who's clearly not amused by a single word that she's saying, rather seemingly annoyed. But before we get into all of that, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel and make sure that you have your post notifications turned on so you never miss another upload. Now, let's get into this semi-pity party that Jamie is trying to go on. So, by now, y'all should know that Britney is officially a free woman, as her conservatorship ended in November of 2021 after nearly 14 years of her being under the care of her father, who's now facing his own legal troubles, and as Britney has said in testimony, her sister kind of played a part in it as well. Well, since then, Jamie has been trying to save face this whole time by saying that the entire time that Britney was in conservatorship, that Jamie wanted nothing but the best for her, but Britney's calling cap on that. So recently, Jamie decided that she wanted to release a book titled Things I Should Have Said, which is her personal memoir which talks about everything in her life, including her relationship with her estranged sister Britney, and of course, the thing that everybody knew about her teen pregnancy. Now, in the book, Jamie says, despite her comments, I still support what is best for her. I'm only saddened in her current state of mind. She is incapable of supporting me in the same way. I do not look for pity. I want Britney and the world to know she isn't the only one who is left with scars from her early years of delinquency and manipulation. Now, the whole book, while of course it's not simply about Britney, it does almost seem like it is a pity party because she waited 13 or nearly 14 years to put this book out. Now, in her book, she also talks about a time where Britney was going through a breakup and allegedly pulled out a knife, locking the two of them in a room, saying, one time she said, "Baby, I'm scared," and took a large knife from the kitchen, pulled me along to my room, and then she locked us both inside. She put the knife in the bedside table drawer and simply repeated, "I'm scared." She needed me to sleep with her. But Britney is denying that, calling Jamie out on Twitter in a lengthy post saying, "Jamie, congrats, babe. You've stooped to a whole new level of low. I've never been around you with the knife, or would I ever think to do such. The only knife I ever saw with you at home was cutting the biggest piece of squash I ever saw in my life, and it was way too big for me to cut. So please, please stop with the crazy lies for the Hollywood books. Now and only now, I do know only a scum person would make up such a thing about someone. I'm actually very confused about you making that up because it's honestly not like you at all. Around the kids, Jamie Lynn, seriously, come on. Congrats on introducing your older sister the concept of getting low, lower, lowest, because you win with that one, babe." But child, things got even more intense, and there was still another back and forth that happened on social media, not only regarding the book, but also the interview that Jamie did on Good Morning America with Juju Chang, where of course she talked about the entirety of the book, but as you all know, the main thing that people wanted to hear about was her relationship with Britney, which definitely came up. Now, it's being said that when the interview came out, Britney saw her sister crying, talking about how much she loved her, which she then responded rolling her eyes, especially when Jamie claimed that she did everything she could do to help her sister get off the conservatorship. Now, Jamie hopped on Instagram with a few words of her own following the interview that she needed to just get off her chest in regards to Britney, saying, "Last thing I want to be doing is this, but here we are. It's hard to see these posts, as I know the world also feels. I just wish her well. Brit, I'm always here. You know, behind the scenes, I've always been here. It's become exhausting when conversations and texts we have in private don't match what you post on social media. I know you're going through a lot, and I never want to diminish that, but I also can't diminish myself. Quite frankly, things being said are absolutely not true, and I have to clarify that, because now it's getting harder for me to rationalize to my oldest daughter why our family continues to get death threats as a result of their vague and accusatory posts, especially when we know she could tell the truth and put an end to all of this in 1 second if she wanted to. Sadly, after a lifetime of staying silent, I've come to realize it's not going to be a reality, and I may have to set the record straight myself in order to protect mine and my family's well-being. That being said, I hate to burst my sister's bubble, but my book is not about her. I can't help that I was born a Spears too, and that some of my experiences involve my sister. I've worked hard since before I was even a teenager, and I've built my career in spite of just being someone's little sister. There are no sides, and I don't want drama, but I'm speaking my truth to heal traumas so I can close this chapter and move forward, and I wish my sister could do the same. No matter what comes, I'll always love my big sister and be here for her. It's time to put an end to this unhealthy chaos that's controlled my life for so long." So Britney hopped on Twitter with a mouthful for her sister regarding the book, and their whole arguments taking place on social media, saying, "Jamie Lynn, I don't think your book is all about me. I said some harsh things because you obviously hurt me by the things you're making up about me. When I said only a scum person would make up things like that about someone, I could have sworn I said, but you're not. But it doesn't make sense at all to me what you are saying. I know you worked hard for the life you have, and you have done amazing. But I think we both have to agree that the fact that the family has never been remotely as hard on you as they've been on me. What dad did to me, they don't even do that to criminals. So for you to sit back and act completely aloof to what has happened to me is honestly insane to me. Do you know anybody who has worked as hard as I did and put in the hours I put in during those 13 years only to be sent away for 4 months for no reason at all? And I won't even mention what was done to me in that place. It took them years to give me a cup of coffee. People who have killed people and are in jail on death row can have as much coffee as they want. So why the hell is my own family hiding coffee from me? You guys treated me like nothing, and that's not even the half of it. I'm honestly shocked. Dad isn't in jail. Come on. We're supposed to have each other's back, but what you're saying just truly confuses me. All I know is I love you unconditionally, so go ahead and say whatever you want. It's so tacky for a family to fight publicly like this. You say you love me, yet your loyalty is still with the people that hurt me the most. I think the thing that saddens me the most is that when all of this happened to me and when I called you from that place, you would take days to respond. I never got to talk to you. You would just text me days later, and I was so scared. I needed you, my family, my blood, and your support more than anything. You guys did absolutely nothing until a year ago. I said something on Instagram, and you and Brian showed up at my house because of an Instagram post. That makes me the saddest. Why? Because I needed you way more before, and the fact that you and Brian showed up laughing at my gate instead of knowing you should have been there way before that makes me very sad. I don't care anymore. Say whatever you want to say, just know I know your real heart more than anyone. It's your life and you deserve a beautiful life. I wish I would be able to do what you're doing and do interviews. I'm scared of all of it. I admire you for being strong. Just know I love you, and I think you know that already more than anything. But what really capped things off was a plea that Jamie actually sent to Britney, which as of now has not been responded to, of Jamie asking for Britney to end the feud in an Instagram story saying, "Britney, just call me. I have attempted to speak to you directly and handle this privately like sisters should, but you still choose to do everything on a public platform. In the meantime, please stop continuing the narrative that I haven't been there for you or that I'm making things up. I'm happy to share how many times I've reached out to you, supported you, and tried to help you. This is embarrassing and has to stop. Love you, Britney Spears." Now, as Britney said, it is simply embarrassing, which again, Jamie seemingly is agreeing that it's all embarrassing for two sisters to be going back and forth on social media, especially given the fact that this book is coming out after Britney's conservatorship ended. So socialites, knowing all of this, what are your thoughts about this entire situation? Let us know in the comment section down below. As always, make sure you like us on Facebook, you're following us on Instagram, and you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because now you know what's trending.